Today, horoscopes are widespread, and many of us believe in the meaning of our astrological signs. Since they are tied to our birth dates, it is generally accepted that they predetermine our path, character, and even with their help, we make decisions or answer important questions. As we all know, the Zodiac is a ring of constellations including Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Astrology studies the position of the constellations in the zodiac, the sun, the moon, and the planets. With its help, astrologers can predict and explain various events on Earth. Some define astrology more as an art than an exact science. However, this is an exciting topic and has been studied since ancient times. In this video, we will follow the traces and ancient roots of astrology. There are 12 zodiac signs, and each of them is considered located in 30-degree sectors called zodiac houses. They form a 360-degree orbit of the Earth around the Sun. Every year, the Sun passes through each zodiac sign, the first being Aries. It begins on the first day of spring, also called the vernal equinox. Gazing at the stars, the sun, and the planets was done thousands of years before Christ. The study of celestial bodies is important to any ancient civilization. This is evidenced by the astronomical observatories discovered by archaeologists in different parts of the world. The ancients believed that the stars and celestial bodies were living beings that could influence people. The ancients studied the celestial cycles and interpreted them as signs and messages from the gods. The earliest known astrological system is the Babylonian, which was originally associated with predicting the time for seasonal activities, such as harvesting, for example. About 70 cuneiform tablets were found, with over 7,000 heavenly signs listed on them. In Babylon, the priests carried out this activity. The Babylonians recognized 12 constellations. They also had the knowledge of 5 planets, the sun and the moon. They associated the planets, the sun, and the moon with various gods and tracked their movements relative to the constellations. In this way, they explained to each other the activities of the deities and the messages they gave them. Egyptian and Hellenic cultures contributed to the development of astrology. The Zodiac of Dendera is the earliest zodiac in Egypt, dating from the 1st century BC, which is a circular bas-relief depicting the constellations. According to research, it was found in the Temple of Hathor, dedicated to Osiris, in the temple complex of Dendera. Scientists describe it as a star map that depicts the constellations, the 5 planets known to the ancient Egyptians, and also the solar and lunar eclipses. Researchers of this incredible artifact were able to identify the sky that the ancient Egyptians depicted according to the arrangement of the heavenly bodies. According to these calculations, the sky map depicts the sky between June 15th and August 15th, 50 BC. The Greeks added important elements to astrology as we know it today. Theirs is the concept of the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. According to some theories, there is also a 5th element. The Greek philosopher Aristotle called it quintessence or ether, because according to him, since the 4 elements are earthly, the stars could not be made of any of them. That is why the 5th element, also known as idea, is the creator of the heavenly bodies. The 12 zodiac signs are divided into these 4 elements, and the 5th element represents non-matter. The word zodiac itself comes from the Greek and means circle of animals. It is supposed that in studying the stars, the ancients made them resemble animals, or at least parts of animals, and these characters remain to this day as signs of the zodiac. According to an interesting theory, the zodiac was originally composed of 10 houses, not 12. In ancient times, the sun and the moon determined the measurements of time, months, and years. The solar year consists of 10 months that last 36 days each, and the 5 days that remain are dedicated to the gods. The lunar year, on the one hand, consists of 13 months of 28 days, with 1 extra day remaining at the end. According to this, some scientists are of the opinion that in ancient times, the zodiac consisted of 10 signs. In addition, after the influence of the Greeks, the zodiac is made up of 12 signs. In support of these claims, scientists explain that initially, the Virgo-Scorpio sign was one zodiac sign, which was later divided into 2 separate signs, and so the signs became 11. After Scorpio, the sign Libra was introduced, so they became 12. Separately, the zodiac signs are divided into 2 groups of 6 signs each. The first 6 signs, starting with Aries, are considered auspicious, with a positive polarity. The second group of 6 signs are defined as unfavorable, with negative polarity. Scientists connect this concept of the ancient peoples with the movement of the sun during the year. That is, during these 6 months when the sun passes through the group of auspicious signs is the time when it passes into the northern hemisphere. From some scholarly works, we understand that, according to the Persians, this was a period of 6,000 years of peace and harmony. When the sun passes through the second group of signs, it passes into the southern hemisphere. Then winter came to the Persians, Egyptians, and Greeks, and this symbolized 6,000 years of suffering. According to the ancient peoples, the so-called Great Man, or macrocosmos, exists in the universe. His body is divided into 12 parts, and each of them is under the influence of one of the zodiacal constellations. The macrocosm also has a reflection on the human body, called the microcosm. Thus, the 12 zodiac signs correspond to each of the 12 parts of the human body. Astrological philosophy has 2 different systems. One is geocentric, in which the Earth is seen as the center of the solar system. The other system is the heliocentric, where the sun is the center of the solar system and the planets revolve around it. Important moments caused by the movement of the sun through the constellations are the equinoxes and the solstices. The year is believed to begin with the vernal equinox on March 21st. It takes place in the constellation Aries. Next is the summer solstice on June 21st, which takes place in the sign of Cancer. The autumnal equinox is on September 21st and takes place in the sign of Libra. Moreover, the winter solstice on December 21st takes place in the constellation of Capricornus. As already mentioned, the Greeks contributed to the creation of the zodiac calendar as we know it today. Like other ancient civilizations, they also associated the 12 constellations with their pantheon, and each sign carried its own symbolism and interpretations. The first astronomical sign is Aries, which symbolizes rebirth and beginnings, and the planet that rules it is Mars. The second constellation, Taurus, represents fertility and is ruled by the planet Venus. Gemini is depicted by 2 twin brothers and symbolizes the duality and antagonism between body and soul. This sign is ruled by Mercury. Cancer is the 4th sign and symbolizes the family. It is ruled by the moon. The lion, symbolizing the power of life, is ruled by the sun. The Virgin is represented as a woman and symbolizes labor. It is ruled by Mercury. Libra, the 7th astrological sign, symbolizes justice and harmony and is ruled by Venus. Scorpio, a constellation symbolizing destruction and rebirth, it is ruled by the planets Mars and Pluto. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, symbolizes higher consciousness. Capricorn is the 10th zodiac sign, depicted as a goat. It symbolizes wisdom and is ruled by Saturn. Aquarius symbolizes revolution and wisdom and is ruled by the planet Saturn. Pisces is the final 12th astrological sign that symbolizes division, depicted by 2 fish swimming in different directions. This sign is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. 12 constellations, 12 months, 12 Olympian deities. The number 12 is defined as mystical, as a number with strong energy and rich symbolism. 12 are the moon phases. The day is divided into 2 parts of 12 hours. The trace of the number 12 in a religious aspect provokes scholars to believe that it is the zodiac that has an influence on religious symbolism. Examples of this are many: the 12 apostles of Christ, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 gates of the kingdom of God guarded by 12 angels, and many other examples where the number 12 can be found in the Bible. 12 are also the signs of the Chinese zodiac, represented by 12 animals: rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. The Chinese zodiac is based on a 12-year cycle, with each year of that cycle being associated with one of the 12 animal signs. The sequence of animals is determined by the lunar calendar. According to experts, it dates back to the 14th century BC, and the Chinese zodiac first appeared in the 5th century BC. It is extremely important to Chinese culture and folklore. Like the zodiac spread in the West, here too, each animal carries its own characteristics. In Chinese astrology, the 5 elements are associated with the 5 planets. Mercury is water, Venus is gold, Mars is fire, Jupiter is a tree, Saturn is earth. In Chinese philosophy, the sun and the moon represent the corresponding yin and yang. Space is a territory that continues to be explored incessantly. According to some researchers, there is also a 13th zodiac sign. His name is Ophiuchus, which translated from Greek means serpent, and covers the period between November 29th and December 17th. It is NASA that makes these discoveries about the 13th constellation, which should rearrange the entire zodiac calendar. In their publication, they note that the zodiac signs are constellations, with the Earth actually passing through 13 of them. The national government points out the fact that thousands of years ago, the Babylonians excluded this 13th sign, deciding to make up their zodiac from 12 signs. In this way, they probably excluded many more constellations. This information should not really surprise us from the point of view of astronomy, as the science of the celestial bodies in the universe. However, astrologers still adhere to the 12-sign zodiac established since ancient times. Share with us in the comments if you want more astrology videos. What questions about astrology excite you? More interesting videos you can find in our channel. Support us by subscribing and sharing the video.